After burying the pilot yesterday, I took shelter inside what was left of their ship. It wasn't much, but it gave me a place to rest and a lot to think about. This wreck might be old and broken, but it's full of materials I can't afford to leave behind, especially not the magnesium. But I cannot carry it all in the rover as it is. If I want to make this trip count, I need to build a trailer, something sturdy and functional. It won't be pretty, but it doesn't have to be, just strong enough to make it home. If I can get that done without too many setbacks, I'll grind down what's left of the wreck and I'll bring it all with me. So what I think I can do is start with just dropping my bottles in here, get some fresh hydrogen. Let's turn you on. There we go. Then let's drop all our materials in this car container, which is already half full. So what I'm considering is, let's see if we can build another container against here for the moment. How much is this? 15,000. So I am considering, as I said, building a trailer here against my rover. I'm thinking about using this one here, which has 10,000 liters per container. I already have 15,000 in here, so if I fill this up and I find more than that, we might have to either think about a larger trailer or a large grid container connected to the rover. Anyway, guys, let me start with grinding this down. Let's start with the back part. Let's put everything in the container and see where I get. If I need another container, I will build another container. So let's begin. Okay, so for the moment, we have 7,000 plus 15,000. That means we have like about 22,000 liters in our containers. We still have a lot of stuff to weld and grind away. Quite a lot of large steel tubes as well. But I also need to build my trailer still. That means that the trailer will use quite a lot of large steel tubes in my wheels. All right, so I think we're going to start building from here. That means we're going to start with a hinge. We're going to make 2 hinges. So we need a hinge that is going to go up and down like that, and also one that goes left and right. There we go. And then we can just, oh no, we need a conveyor up here now. So let's begin with some conveyor line. I'm just going to use the small conveyors, because then I don't need to worry about direction. We need quite a long trailer, because I think we might have to put 4 of these cargo containers on it. So, as far as I remember, the wheels are connected in here, so there's a base of 3. So I'll just use blocks for now, and then we can take out the blocks we need if we want to make the connections to the container. So first of all, this thing will have to be able to swing to the left and the right, and I think the swing should be about 35. That means we need to make sure that the wheel doesn't hit that wheel when we're doing that direction. So let's see, if I do wheels, and I don't think I have anything on my list here. We need short, off, road. 5 by 5. We have 5 by 5 left. And we have 5 by 5 right. So let's see. Okay, let's lift you up so I can add that wheel. Add wheel. Now I can bring it down again. I think that should be more than enough, distance-wise. And let's do the same on the other side. Add a left wheel. Like that. And I think that is the right height as well, no? Let me just bring you back to 0. And bring it back down. So wheels are on the same height. They're on the same depth. So that should be enough. Let me weld this up. Okay. So now we have a little bit of a thing to work with. And the angle probably is going to be something like this, you think? Or do we go a little bit wider? That should give me a good amount of space to start with my containers. I wonder if I can put the container up here. So we will have to bring it out one step, and I think we need to bring it one step behind. I do need to be careful with my hydrogen, to be honest. So if I do one here, and we do one here. I don't think I can go any lower, no, I cannot. So the containers are a little bit high to my liking compared with the rover, but I think that's about the lowest we can go because I cannot get my wheel deeper in that container. So that's going to be a bit of the size. And I think we might have to add 2 more. That should be 30,000. I think that should be a decent amount. Let me just weld these up. Then we should be able to conveyor those up. And these are going to be more of a, what you would call them, backup ones, because I will conveyor the large pieces up as well. So one here. One here. Let's do the same here. And then elbow. I'm out. Elbow here and elbow here. And an elbow here. Oh, yeah. I think we need to put our wheels almost the same spot, like here. It could be we need to move our wheels away from that spot and move them one step behind, but I cannot because of the conveyors. So we will have to put another wheel here, which makes it a little bit weird, I think. I think the wheel should be like on the spot of these connectors, I think. But that's right exactly on the conveyor lines. I mean, I could put the conveyor lines on top and bring them down. I wonder if I would do this and I connect one on that side that is connected to the left, then none of this is going to be working, no? No, none of this is not working. I need to use you, but you do not allow to connect to the bottom. Although, we only need one, so I could put a We could put one of these in here. Where is it? There. We can do that. It's not going to be connected to the other conveyor, so it's just going to be connected to the bottom. But that should now link up all these containers together and to the spine down there. So that should work. I'm out of interior plates. I'm going to have to grind a bit more. If I do it like that, then I can move my wheels and we can put our pipelines on top if it's necessary. All right, let's see. Do we have any more interior blocks? I need to be careful because for the moment my battery is powering this base tool. We will need to add some power cells to this as well, so that we always can transfer stuff into these containers when it's not connected. But that's not important right now. All right, so let's focus on the pipelines on top so we can change our wheels. Man, I really hope to see one day round pipes like that for the small grids as well. These are more redundancies than anything else. Alright, so I want to put the wheels here instead. I might change my conveyors there as well, so let's just put the blocks here for the moment. Alright, so can I lift you again? You shouldn't be too heavy. You might start tilting. It's perfectly balanced. Look at that. All right, so let's see. Let's put our wheelbases on and then we can add the wheels afterwards. So 8 is left. Are we putting this on the right height? And 9 is right. Definitely needs a little bit more braking torque. Although it doesn't need that much braking torque when we are using it as a... Can I add the wheel now? There we go. Right. This trailer is looking weird. I always feel that I should just move that wheel to here next to it so we have like a double wheel in the back and no wheels in the front. Because it doesn't look right. I mean, it will do. It will do. We can always upgrade when needed. The advantage is that I can leave this conveyor line down here. That means I don't need to change this, but we do need to change this line because I don't want this to be a whole pipe like that. So let's change this to just a straight pipe or a T. Straight pipe, and you can become a one of those. There we go. A lot of redundancies, which we like. And then we just put another pipe here. And this is just in case we ever want to do any connection on the back or whatever. A lot of extra plating just to protect the ground a little bit. I got a feeling this might get some iterations, but for the moment, I think this is okay. Could actually, you know what I could have done is put a small conveyor in there, but I think that should, a small conveyor connector in there, but I think that should work as well as a little extra detail. It's not what It's not that we're really going to use it, but it's just like a finishing touch to it. Because I think we're going to put a connector on here. Like that. And then we put something there. That closes off as well. There we go. Alright. So, this is a pretty decent trailer, I would say, for the moment. Very basic. We could work with some like roll caging or something. We'll see. We could try to bulk it out a little bit and have like a little bit of a cover. But for the moment, I think we are fine with this. The question is, I am terrible at driving with trailers, both in this and real life. So, we do not want to have more than minus 15. And we don't want more than 15. That. So the trailer can only tilt left and right a little bit. This is about, I would say, the same. Minus 15 and plus 15. All right. And then this one has a limit of, I would say, minus 25. Or do we do 30? 30. All right. So now we need to put a little bit of torque on that, but not that much. And we can toggle it off. And the same with you. We have a little bit of torque. Turn you off. And we have a little bit of torque. And turn you off. And that should serve as well as a container. Oh, I'm so good at this. You can already see I'm going to be jackknifing this thing. That's crazy. All right, time to transfer over everything and then grind down the rest and put it all in the containers. I will have to think about balancing my inventory. We will have to strengthen the power on the wheels as well, because you can see it's starting to drop down. I know Izzy has a possibility to balance weight in the containers. I just am not sure if it's a good idea to have that installed right now. We could use an event controller that every time the containers are connected with the connector, it turns off the programmable block. We could do that. I'm going to put my bottles in here. Recharge. Then take the ice. Because you're going to be my best friend for sure. Oh my god. You're full. You're full? Wait, what? This is container 4. There's nothing in container 4 for the moment. That's going to change soon. Control panel wheels. And let's give this a bit more strength. I think 15 should be okay. There is no steering and there's no propulsion on it, I would say. Height offset is okay. Friction is okay. We'll have to see how it behaves after a while. I do think we should not be too crazy about driving this thing. There we go. Completely gone. Alright, let me just check the containers. What do we call this again? A modular container. No, modular container. And let's do the same here. Let's check which one has the least weight. So this ones, we should split the weight a bit. We could also split the weight over the other ones. So let's see if I can get some of the 10,000. Okay, I think this is pretty balanced out. All right, so weight has been distributed over the 4 containers. Let's go. Oh. Just drove over my own body, guys. Just drove over my own body. Here I was trying to be like all dramatic, doing a little bit of a story, and okay. Never mind. I appreciate the help, my friend. Wherever you are now, I hope it's better than this place. Yeah, man, this place doesn't take prisoners. They didn't crash because they gave up. They crashed because they weren't ready. And their final words? That was a warning, not a farewell. If I'm gonna make it out here, I need to be smarter. Plan better, pick my fights, and know when to walk away. Because out here, one mistake is all it takes. Okay, seems like we're gonna have a battle on our hands above us. Not sure if they're fleeing or staying, but one thing's for sure, the Kremlin is not slowing down. Look at the speed this thing is flying. Okay, it's flying away, so we should probably be safe. But this might be some more free loot if they fall out of the sky, one or the other. Boom, boom, boom. You see the guns flying? We'll see who wins. Gremlin or the Parallax? Or the Shadow? We'll see when it splits up or who disappears. I should be a little bit more careful where I'm driving. I don't see them anymore. I do see still some explosions happening, but I don't see the ships anymore. Still, both of them are in the sky. Gremlin left over, so the Shadow is down. We might have to go and check that direction. 5 kilometers towards the southwest. Let's see if anything crashed there. Because they definitely battled inside the atmosphere, so the gravity should pull the ship down. So whatever is left. You're way too high. Compared with my... Alright, wait, I did not weld it up. Fix that. We could put a button here. Do I have buttons on my... We could put a button here. And here. And then one is lowering the wheel suspension. The other one is lifting the wheel suspension. Decrease, no. Decrease strength. And then increase strength. There. So now this should allow me to drop this down. There we go. I think that means we could detach our rotor but we need to also power everything up again. So we need to say on. That doesn't have to be on. We do detach. Wait, the hinge should you not be on? Right. So the first thing we want to do is make sure that we are putting that into the refineries. So let's see, refineries is starting to work on the magnesium. That's great. That means production. We can start making you to start with. Another thing I need to do here is take all that, move it in here. Right. Do we go and check this out, see if we have any spoils of war? 6 kilometers from our base. Parallax bunker. Do I see something there? No. That's a tree. We are now almost 5 kilometers away from home. I don't think we want to get too close to that bunker though. This looks like an interesting plane. Is this sand or is this like... Ooh, guys, there might actually be ice somewhere here. Alright, I am 6 kilometers away from home. If there's nothing around here, then I don't know. They blew up the whole ship. Iron. Oh, magnesium. That's good. We definitely need to mark that. We will probably need a lot of that. Might have to do a little drive around here. This is all magnesium down here. I have a feeling we have... That ship is not here anymore. They blow up this whole ship. I mean, we are 7 kilometers away. I don't think they flew that far. So either they blew up the whole ship or it despawned, which is... Oh, maybe it despawned. That could be. I mean, if it's too far from me, it despawns. Alright, I'm gonna have a quick scout on this lake here, because this looks like there might be ice here. A lot of magnesium here. I need to come here with a large grid. We need to come here with a large grid ore detector. I'm really considering building a large grid rover. There's another distress signal there. Are we gonna go there? I think we should. It feels like we're gonna be constantly on the move. Or we need to build something that is able to become a ship in the future. But it's gonna be hard to get us off the planet, considering the gravity is like 1.2 G. Okay, 5 kilometers. Let's go. Silver. Silver. This is something we need to mark. These are like really important. Silver is AG, no? Just gonna be zigzagging between here. These are ore deposits. You never know. Silicon. 2 kilometers. Can we see it from here? I don't see it. I think we should have the same approach this time. Stay at a distance. Ensure that there's no guns on it. Oh, oh, oh. Ooh, you are big. And I cannot see you from my camera. But I got a feeling I see a gun on that, but I'm not entirely sure. Holy moly. Do we see guns on this? Why is my vehicle shaking so much? Alright. We need to find a safe spot before we get nearby this. I need to make sure that if I die, I have a respawn spot. I think 800 U should actually be enough to be safe. And this is actually a good spot to be here as well. We're underneath the... Alright. There's something in the sand. Massive wreck, scarred, half buried, possibly armed. I don't know if it's abandoned, active, or something in between. I dropped my gear and parked the rover at a safe distance. From here on, it's just me, and whatever is inside. Time to find out. Alright, that's it for this one. Trailer is built, the rover is still in one piece, and I only mildly embarrassed myself. So, we're counting this as a win. If you're enjoying this season so far, then do those usual things, like, comment, share with a friend. I do read every comment, and your feedback does always help me to shape the series where it goes next. I want to thank you again for hanging out. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you again in the next one. Beeblebum out.